Aside from making silly videos on YouTube, I actually do have a proper gig taking photos, and I've worked on several projects in the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to share some of the work with you. So let's take a look. One, two, one. It's okay, don't worry. So first up is the pictures I took of my friend Vic at the Barbican. I love going to the Barbican. I always feel super inspired to take photos when I'm there. I think it's the water, it's the brutalist architecture, and there's lots of quiet spots you can get to without being bothered by the tourists. So let's go through some of these. I think starting with this, I actually did use generative remove on a film picture, which I'd never like to do. But I was just the guy there, and it ruined it, so I just got rid of him. But yeah, this one I love. I love the texture. I love the grain. I love the framing. I love that it's slightly off center. That's great. This one, it's got a small light leak here, but I think it's nice. I think I had given the inspiration of having a breakup at the Barbicans. This is supposed to be her texting him that it's not working out. And then this is her kind of whimsically finding something, thinking of something new. I don't think the theme came out super clearly in the end, but I am really happy with the photos. So whilst it's not this kind of storytelling shoot that I was trying to do, I think it's got some very striking images nevertheless. This is great. Power position, beautiful light coming in, and natural fall off at the back from the shape of the buildings. You get this beautiful light, all the openings of the structures. This one is good. Also loosely inspired by kind of Burberry trench coat shoots. I think it's not quite as focused as I'd have liked it to be, but still nice. This one I love. I think you can still see some nice details here, and if I were to lift the shadows a bit, I think even better, so that you can just get the beautiful pop of green and the soft focus of the model. This one I like just her looking down, kind of with the very strong depth of field and the amazing colors. I think I'd probably increase the contrast on this one a bit just to get more of that color out. This one, the framing is obviously a little bit annoying. I'd have liked to get just a few centimeters up. Something I could fix with AI, but don't like to do that too much. But nevertheless, you can see the different film stock here. I forget the film stocks that I use, but we definitely changed film stock now. Much more contrasty, much more orange. This one I love. Her on the bench with strong light on the face, with the shapes behind her. This one I thought I was cooking with this, but not quite as storytelling as I'd have liked. This is one of my favorites. Beautiful kind of Rembrandt light there on the face. Strong side light with just a pocket of light there. Very powerful position with the trench coat and just the colours beautifully matching the orange light on the concrete. This one, highlights are a bit too hot, I think. Maybe I'll bring them down a touch. But, I think she just looks like a flower in the flower bed. So I love that one. Same here. I'd probably bring the contrast up a smudge. Then maybe bring the temperature a bit more blue. Just a little bit. Something like that, maybe. This one, again, I thought I was cooking kind of like Rose Thorn-esque, but I'd have liked to get a bit sharper there. But it's still a pretty cool image. This one needs a bit of straightening, but nice pose. Nice power pose. This is one of my favorites. I think she looks super pensive. And the action of the fountains, I think is great. A few more to go through. Yeah, this one I missed focus, unfortunately. It's a bit annoying. Still nice. This one is great. This one I think could be, if you had Vogue on the top, would be like Vogue-esque. Really nice reflections, beautiful symmetry. I think the trousers, the loose fit of the trousers works really well here. This one I missed focus, but love it. Actually, I think it's more powerful. It's just like a friend that's caught your eye, that knows you, catching your eye. I feel like summer looks like this sometimes, when you're out and about. This one I love. Really beautiful, strong lighting. I like that she's not looking at the camera, actually. Great lines. Really pleased with this one. Love this pose. She killed this one. Okay, I'd maybe bring the highlights up and the contrast. I don't know what I'd do. Something. I'd try and bring it out a bit, but beautiful lighting again, because you've got these openings. You get such a strong light and a nice fall off in the middle. It's really good soft lighting. Yeah, this one's, I love this one too. Same vein, I think, as a couple of photos. This one with the stepping photo, I think, are a great couple of like a great pair. And then this was these are my favorite of the shoot. I just love this pose. I do it a lot when I'm doing self-portraits. So I just think it's really, it looks like you're fed up and bored and huffing and puffing. And the great backlight, because it's such a sharp silhouette on the hair. So yeah, really pleased with this one. I think this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. These 2, 3 are great. So if I was going to pick, those are some of the ones that I would present in my portfolio. Okay, what else do we have here? We've got a yoga workshop with Necker. So we've got a bunch of digitals here, no film. So yeah, I tried to get some good adjustment photos of hands-on adjustments. I'm trying not to show too many people's faces, focus on the teachers. So yeah, really nice hands-on adjustments. Breath work wise, I tried to get some close-ups, and then also I tried to get, yeah, where you can see students. I think if you're doing yoga marketing, it's good to have something that looks like a busy class, you know. So I always try and get to the back and show teachers with a bunch of students. This is in a beautiful space, like a railway tunnel. You can see the halation that comes from the mist filter. Everyone with their sleep masks on, so I think is really nice. Quite cool. It's a bit overexposed, obviously, but quite amazing light there. Yeah, that's ruined that photo, to be honest. Super blown out. But yeah, some good detail shots. Good busy classroom photos. Necker doing her thing. So that was the breath. There was some lunch. So here it was quite difficult. I had to change the white balance a lot. It's very horrible lighting down here. But there's some great food, some great chance to do not that one. Some great chance to do some kind of like product spreads for the sponsors. I'd also tried to take pictures where I could of everyone's bottles in the class too, so you can get some kind of good logo shots. I love these photos. The colours are so nice. Yeah, these are nice team shots of all the gang, all the teaching gang in their workshop. This was where I just wanted to get some pictures of these two chatting. I think it's nice, kind of friendly catch-up vibes. And it looks like they're the most interesting people in the world. So yeah, these are some little couple shots. Then the sound bath. I've got some of the tools with the Tenzing. And yeah, some really wonderful photos. I love these are my favorites. The depth of field when I got super close is really, really nice. And just the colours of the clothes with the gong and the shininess of the gong, I think, is just so great. Slightly low shutter speed on some of these. I would have liked to increase that a bit to get a bit more sharpness. I think I did now, actually. But yeah, these are some of my favourites of the whole thing, to be honest. I've also been a sound healer, and I've got a gong at home, so I love photographing it. It's such a magical instrument. And yeah, the videos that I took at the same time here were amazing. But these ones of Necker close up with the gong, I think, are my favourites from the whole shoot. Same with these ones close up with the balls. I really like. It kind of gives you an experience. You can almost hear it. Oh, I love this one. It looks so peaceful coming up from meditation. So that was the sound bath, and then yeah, some in the yoga class as well. I think this one is a great one. Of hands-on adjustments, interacting with students. Look at that great hair. I photoed Jonathan a few times now. He's such a great model. He's so photogenic, even when he's suffering, and even when he's teaching, practicing, talking at the same time. He still finds a way of looking good in the photos. Yeah, I think there are some great ones here. See, I delivered photos, and I also delivered videos here. So let's look at some of the videos. I think I called it "Please Work" because I had a bit of trouble with the grading. Annoyingly, these all need to be rotated, so we're going to have to see them not rotated. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these, but just to give you a couple of them, I want to show you the sound. The sound ones I think are the best. So again, short clips that are used for reels, quick cut reels. So each video is just a few seconds long, and used for shorts. But yeah, I love the way these turned out. Very, very, very cool. I love some of the interactions that we get between the two of them too, where she's looking over because they're performing together, right? So it's so nice to have the human interaction there. The fluid movement. So yeah, I delivered photos and videos for this one. Nadia, similar projects. I think these are just the videos that I picked for my own reel that I posted of the workshop. But it was a backbend workshop, so it's her throwing some crazy shapes and some crazy adjustments that I used for a short. So I did all these kind of short videos, and then I also did some photos for Nadia. So let's have a look at those. Nadia. Well, I don't have the photos here, I just have the videos. But I promise you, I did do some photos too. This was another sound one. So this is just the video. I did photos mostly. No, I did a video mostly here. Yeah, I love the whiteboard moments. And she's very expressive with her hands when she's talking. So I always try to catch that. I'm not sure what it was. Whenever I seemed to take a photo or take a video, this amazing light just came into the window. The light wasn't great in the room, to be honest, but I just got lucky with rays of light whenever she was in front of the camera. I got some good close-ups of hands-on hand pan too. I had a condenser microphone here as well with the sound. But I don't want to play her class on the video. It's her content, it's her teaching. I don't want to share that. It doesn't feel right. But some great, beautiful video with extremely usable sound because I had a great mic on it. So this was a hand pan workshop I worked on. And then lastly, this is Audrey's massages shoot. So a mix of kind of some product shoots, as well as some amazing stretches and massaging. This was I missed focus on that one. Great. I don't want to show you these. What kind of nice big movement somewhere? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's slow-mo. Yeah, I think I got 120 FPS on this, so it's great. You can really get the movement. She really is the best massage therapist in the world. If you need a massage therapist, Audrey's Massages is the one. It's the second shoot I've done for her. Oh, look at the slow-mo. Amazing. I'm really pleased with these. Oh. Nope, missed that one. Anywho, so there's some of the work that I've done. I always try to do videos and photos, and I'm always thinking about short form content these days. And yeah, these short kind of 5-10 second clips that can then be auto converted into reels, I think are really good bang for your buck. So when I'm doing a professional shoot for a job, invariably these are the two things I always take with me. Now, I've always been guilty of taking too many cameras with me, but the more shoots I've done, the more I've realized that, you know, one camera, one lens is really the best. It kind of lets you stay in the moment, rather than constantly thinking about which gear you're holding in the moment at the time. And the benefit of the Z9 is the incredible battery life. I mean, I've never had to change, even if I'm shooting a bunch of video, these batteries that just last forever. I actually bought this camera used from Park Cameras for probably half the price than you'd buy a new one for. And the really annoying thing is that when I bought it, they actually gave me the battery from a D5 or whatever the DSLR equivalent of this is. Now it fits, but it's really designed for photos. So the first time I took it out, it died in like an hour of video shooting. So I had to go and buy a brand new battery. And then annoyingly, when the battery came, it didn't fit with the... I was given this charger when I bought it from Park, which charges the old battery. And obviously it didn't charge the new one. So the new battery arrived, and then I had to wait again for a cheapo third-party charger to arrive. And there was like days in between that where I couldn't use the camera. So it's probably like a month between buying it and being able to actually use it for video work, because I had to get the right battery and charger. So anyway, tangent, but in a really amazing camera. I think one thing that's great about this is that versus something like a ZR, which I'm recording this on, this allows you to use electronic video stabilization in some of the RAW modes, whereas on the ZR you don't get any of that in the kind of the higher density codecs. So kind of get to use electronic stabilization, which means I don't need to use a gimbal. Going forward, I actually will start using a gimbal because it does make a big difference, and I've seen a lot of shakiness in some of my recent work. But I'll try and see if I can get the gimbal on this bad boy. Also, it has a real shutter. Sometimes it's nice to have that if there's some weird lighting in the room. Sometimes you get horrible banding on the video, so kind of the physical shutter can help kind of counteract some lighting problems that you can have. And then also on the flip side, the fact that you can switch to the digital means that you can do silent shooting. And when I'm doing work in workshops in yoga studios, I don't want people constantly hearing when they're trying to meditate. So that's the Z9. The lens that I've been using more often than not is this one. So this is the Tamron 35 to 150 f2 to 3.8. This is actually, I think, magic. This lens. I've never needed to go wider than that in a class setting. In the 35 end, you can get really wide shots of teachers with students, and then also without interrupting and getting in people's way, I can zoom into 150 and to get the details. It's incredibly bright at f2 to 2.8. Fantastic in low light. And then because I'm often doing video, I of course have an ND filter, and I use a couple of filters. So I've got on the camera now, I've got this K&F Concept Nano Mist filter, which just gives a nice kind of film-like glow. Probably don't need to use that with this, because this is a combo of a ND and a mist, actually. So I think I'm double misting, to be honest. So yeah, variable, oh no, it's not a mist, it's CPL. So this is a circular polarizer and ND. There we go. So between the two filters, I've got polarizer, I've got ND, and I've got mist. I think it's a very pleasing look. And depending on the lighting, I've got quite a good range of ND here, which means I can hold my shutter angle 180 degrees or double the frame rate. Oh, sorry, half the frame. Shutter speed is half the frame rate. No, sorry. Shutter speed is double the frame rate. So if I'm shooting 4K 30, I need to have 1/60, which is obviously very, very, very long shutter in most conditions. So this just allows you to keep a nice cinematic shutter speed. But yeah, this two really is a cheat code. 99% of my jobs, I'll just be taking these two, unless they explicitly ask for film. Then this is the combination. I would say that more so recently, I am starting to use the camera that I'm recording this on, the ZR. And the main reason for that is that I can use this, which is the Shotgun ME D10, which came out with the ZR. Otherwise, if I'm just using the Z9, I will use either the DJI mics. This is the new mic 3s. Kind of stick it on the hot shoe and get the cable through. Or I'm using this, which is the Shure MKH 416. Both of these work fantastically well with the ZR. So with the Z9, and especially this is incredible sound quality. But if I'm just doing if they want pro video, pro photos, this is great. If I just want to get some quick video, then the ZR with this, and I really like working with R3D codec. I've got the LUTs, and I tend to get a very, very good grade very easily with the ZR. So, now I'm not so sure going forward which one I'm going to take. But so far, I've been using the Z9. Well, you've seen the gear that I'm using, but there's also some really important pieces of software that I couldn't live without. One of them is this one. So this is Aftershoot. Aftershoot is a cull edit export system, which I think is so powerful. It's really taking over Photoshop and other traditional tools. But you just import a big bunch of photos, then using kind of automation and kind of some key criteria, you can get some help in terms of just a simple interface that allows you to select, and then also some kind of automatic selections based on if it's blurry or if the eyes are open or shut. So then you can go from having a few thousand photos to having just a few hundred kind of selected ones, which are your kind of final picks. You can kind of use these star systems and others, and then you can edit. And when you're editing, there's options to apply kind of a color grade essentially to it, which is one that I love called Vanilla. And it can also importantly do, I can't see the settings here now, but you can do, it does automatic cropping. So you can pick kind of a 4:3 crop. And then it also automatically selects your subject and creates a mask layer, so that if you want to do some quick edits in Lightroom, it saves you 5 or 6 clicks each picture. Really powerful time saver. If I'm doing kind of more intentional film-based street photography, I'm not using this. If I'm shooting film, I'm not using this. If I'm doing digital for jobs, this is a great piece of software. Saves me hours. And then all of my video I'm editing on DaVinci. I've got my LUTs and my time, and you can see this is how I tend to do. I do really short clips. I export them as individual clips, and using that, you can then kind of paste them into the Instagram edits or into Instagram Reel Generator, and automatically create amazing shorts from this content. So very, very, very quick and easy way of making content for people, and yeah, I've had a lot of success using this. The grade I tend to apply is the LUTs I tend to use is a red. This is on the ZR, so I just use a red to Rec 709, and then I tend to then use a styled LUT, one of these creative LUTs. This is no longer my editing PC, so I haven't got my best LUTs here, but I tend to do 3 nodes. I'll do my base LUT, my creative LUT, and then I'll add another node for some small light corrections if they're needed. So yeah, these are the 2 most indispensable pieces of software for me. I hate Adobe. The sooner I can get rid of Lightroom, the better, but there isn't really an alternative for that yet. But soon, I think DaVinci is going to start taking photos. I think DaVinci will replace Lightroom eventually. But for now, unfortunately, I do need to keep my Adobe subscription. But your days are numbered, Adobe, so watch out. Well, there you have it. You can see I've been pretty busy running around London with my cameras. And my DMs are open, so if you're around London or in the UK and want to take some photos and videos with me, then just shoot me a message. I'm always down. Especially if you do something cool and we can kind of trade trade for pay. I'm always interested in working with other creatives, seeing other crafts. If that sounds like you, then send me a message, and I'll make sure I keep sporadically sharing my professional work here, as well as my whimsical musings as usual.